hopeful. And I thought, because, this says Hands of Hope. Because years ago when I was doing brain and spinal cord rehab and working with people that had, crazy stuff. I was doing dementia, Alzheimer's back in the early 90s, and I ran into everything possible neurological. I ran into a young lady yesterday, 23 years old, that was dealing with some crazy form of MS. And bam, just out of my head, I said, you need to talk to Dr. Terry Walls, you need to do this. She goes, I can't believe this. Just right out of the blue. And because she goes, I've had the same doctor for 6 years, nothing's happening. And because I ran into it. I dealt with that, 25 years ago. So, because a lot of things haven't changed, but it's just a matter of knowing the right place to put people. So I came up with Hopeful, and let me just go through it pretty quickly here. Hopeful is healthy nutrition. Just like you just heard. If you guys, if anybody in this room, or if you're working with somebody that's dealing with anything traumatic, if you just correct the nutritional part of their lives, eating better food. How about this? If you just start off with eating less or zero processed foods and less sugars, you're going to be 90% of the way there. That's it. Less processed food and less sugar, you're 90% of the way there. It's that simple. Nutrition is powerful, especially when you're dealing with the brain. There is so much amazing research right now that very few people are utilizing. I'm in brain memory places all day long, and it makes me ill to watch what's going on in there, because they're 25 years behind the research. Because guess what? I can't sell nutrition. I can't sell a good diet. They're trying. Everybody has a diet they want to. But your diet is different than yours. Except for the processed food and the sugar. But walk into even though some of the hospitals are trying to change, Chris Smith over at, a good friend of mine, neurosurgeon over at St. Joe's, is actually trying to change that hospital, and they're doing a darn good job. But that's a rare occurrence going on. And that's a hospital. Okay? Healthy nutrition. Optimize the environment. I guarantee you, if any of you know anybody that has a brain injury, a memory issue, dementia, anything, if you go in there and you surround them with love and encouragement and understanding, you're going to see an immediate response. Immediate. It's that powerful. The environment. You've heard it for years. You're the sum total of the 5 closest people you hang around. It's true. But it's even more powerful if you have a traumatic injury or you have a neurological situation. Because that affects the brain right here. This thing right here, the most powerful organ in your body. And if you surround that with love and encouragement and understanding, you are going to see such an amazing response. I don't care what level you're at. I don't care if you're 90 years old and you've got dementia. I don't care if you're 19 and you're depressed. It makes me sick, because I work with a lot of young people, when I hear that the number 1 or 2 cause of death, I saw 3 there, but I'm talking about for young people, the number 1 or 2 cause of death for young men, and women are catching up, is suicide. Yeah. And guess what? Right now, it's a good time. The economy's doing pretty good. What's going to happen when it gets bad? It's going to get ugly. And we're not set up to deal with it. We're not. Because what everybody wants in the world is to be understood and encouraged. And we're not doing that. Because the 2 biggest fears in the world is I am not enough, and I am not going to be loved. That's it. And I want each one of you to think about that right now. Because we all go through those. I'm not enough, whatever that might be, and I'm not going to be loved. And when you're 19 and you're checking your freaking social media all day long, and everybody else is doing a lot better than you are, you're going, man, what's wrong with me? I must be a pathetic human being. And I'm all about social media. But you got to know, because we are social media. It just exposes everybody now. We're just all exposed. So it's how we respond, remember? And some don't know how. So your environment is powerful. And then purpose, people. If we don't know why we're here, that's something that we need to be encouraged to figure out. You know? And a lot of young people get lost in the school system, college, this and that. And they're just meandering. Instead of being encouraged to do what they love, to be encouraged, what makes them happy. We're all chasing happiness. That's a waste of time. Each one of us are standing on happiness every day. It's called kindness. I can go out today. I can have the worst day of my life right now, and I can go outside and open a door for somebody, smile at somebody, and watch their response, and guess what? I'm going to go, I'm having a good day now. Get it? It's that simple. It's like The Wizard of Oz, and for the young people, they may not know what that movie was. But each one of those characters had whatever they wanted, right? The Scarecrow was the smartest one in the movie, and he wanted a brain. Figure that one out. And Dorothy, all she had to do was ask, and she had to just click her heels. She was wearing the shoes the whole time. But she never asked till the end that she wanted to go home. We're all doing the same thing each and every day. I wish I could be happy. You can be. Just go out and do something for somebody else that's kind. So we can be. So purpose is something we just got to figure out. But we need to be encouraged to do that and quit listening to other people and quit listening to the opinions of other people. Because that's certainly not going to get you what you want. It's going to get you what the other person wants. And then exercise. Eat. That's powerful. We just heard that. It's one of the most, if exercise were a drug, it would be the most powerful drug on the planet. It's that simple. I can change my state just by movement right now. Each one of you, if you needed to change the way you felt, you can get up and go for a walk. You can go and jump up and down. You can do whatever you want, and you'll feel a lot more energy in a matter of seconds. Just by movement. It's that powerful. It really is. I mean, there's so much research. All you got, Google exercise. Google exercise in the brain. You'll go, geez, I need to start exercising. Because it's that powerful. So exercise is a big deal. And then faith. I'm a person of faith. I believe that when the you-know-what hits the fan, I need something a lot more powerful than me to lean on. And if we don't have that, which is what my big fear is for young people, is that when they don't have something bigger than themselves to lean on, I think that's why they pull the trigger. You got to have something bigger than yourself to lean on, because this life thing is hard. It's hard. It's not easy. And we need something to believe in that's bigger than us, and that's faith. Because you can't see it, you can't touch it, but it's there. But you got to give it a shot. And I think too many young people are being told not to. Do it yourself. Toughen up. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. So faith is powerful. And then a sense of usefulness. I love telling this story. How many here have ever heard of a speaker coach? His name is John Maxwell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's in his 70s. Great guy. I met him 10, 11 years ago. And he tells a story about his dad. His dad, I think, is 98 now. Something like that. And his mom passed away about 10 years ago. And then they moved his dad to one of these retirement places a couple years ago. And his dad said, fine, I'll go. Under one circumstance. He goes, what? He goes, I have to move to a place that I'm going to be the first one there. He goes, Dad, why do you want to be the first one there? Because I'm going to be at the front door, and when everybody comes in, I'm going to let them know it's going to be okay. That's usefulness. But he knew that. Get it? He knew that. Most people don't understand. We learn that as little kids on the playground. When you don't get picked for the team. Now we're going through all this bullying stuff and all this other nonsense going on. And so you don't feel useful. Why am I here? It's beyond purpose. add on top of not having a purpose to not even feeling useful. And that's a big deal as we get older. You know, a lot of older people don't want to bother their kids or their grandkids. They don't understand that they have a lot of value to add to them. Okay, so usefulness is a big deal. And making people feel useful is a powerful stimulant for the brain. And if you do all those things, then you create a legacy. You can create a legacy. You know, at the end of the day, we're all leaving here, right? No one gets out free. So we're all gone. And, you know, my goal is when I'm gone, that who's ever going to greet me at the pearly gates is going to say, Arnie, job well done. And that's your legacy. See, that's your legacy. You know, why were you here? You made a mark. You made a difference. And we all